In 2014, I lost the love of my life. Then in 2015, God brought one back. And, you know, her name is Angel for a reason, because she is my angel. This is Angel. We met in October the 1st. She stepped off the plane. She's a tricolored paint. She's a mare. We believe she was a bred mare, which means she was a brood mare. She was used for babies. She's kind of what you would call an alpha mare. They're a little bit pushy. They're opinionated. Ever since I was 5 years old, I wanted a horse, and I had 2 horses at the age of about 25 or 30, and I ended up having to give them up through some circumstances. I got into the church, and I went on a mission trip to Peru, and while I was there, my boyfriend of 12 years killed himself, and I was pretty devastated. It was a hard time healing. And at that time, I didn't have a horse, and I hadn't been around horses for probably 10 years. I had decided that it wasn't going to be part of my life anymore. But a friend of mine came to the funeral and told me to come back to the barn, and it was a godsend. God had sent her to show me that it was okay for me to be around horses again. So I started hanging out at the barn, and so other people needed people to ride and take care of their horses, so I was starting to do that. And it came to the point about a year later where I decided that it was time for me to get a horse. So I looked online, I looked on Craigslist, I looked at different horse sites. I was looking on the mainland. I was having my friends look, and they were sending me pictures of horses, and I was trying to talk to people about it. I was starting to give up because I didn't think I was going to find a horse. And then I was looking at my Facebook page, and there she was. She appeared on my Facebook page. I had never known about kill pens and how horses can be rescued from kill pens. I'd never really paid attention to that, but it struck a heartstring. It was like, maybe she needs to be rescued, and maybe we can rescue each other. The kill pen is a place where horses go when nobody wants them. They're basically given up, and you know, sometimes they're there for a reason. They're there because they're old and nobody wants them. They're there because they're sick. They're there because they're rank and nobody can handle them. But they get killed, and they go for pet food or used for their meat, and they're sold by the pound. From what I understand, there's 20 horses in a pen, and they fight each other, and they have hierarchies. So, you know, the one that might have been used to being the higher guy gets fought with, and that's how come I believe she's an alpha, and she's really self-preservatory because she was in that type of a situation. There's an organization that goes into the kill pens, and they videotape and they assess the horses, and they try to rehome them. So they put them on this website. They're posted for a week, and if they're not sold within the week, then they go to the slaughter. She was posted, and I decided I wanted to get her, so I started to try to get in touch with them. So I called up the owner, and I pulled out my credit card, and I bought her. I felt like she was an answer to prayer. I was so happy that I was a horse owner again, and I was able to save her, and she wasn't gonna die, and maybe we could help each other. And I knew enough about horses that, you know, normally when you buy a horse, you go and you try it, and you ride it, and you spend time with it. And I was like, no, this is the horse that God wants for me. So we started the process. Angel was over 5,000 miles away in Louisiana, so I had to make arrangements to get her here. From the day I bought her on August the 28th, it was about 30 days, probably around $7,000, and a village of people to get her here, to have her step off the plane. And they said she was gonna come at about 11 o'clock, and I was sitting there, and I'd had everything prepared. I had food ready, I had her stall all cleaned up, and then I saw the trailer pull in, and my heart just jumped. She was my answer to prayer. She was the horse that God sent to me. And when she got out of the trailer, she's a little skinny, but she was quiet. We looked at each other in the eye, and it was like, you're home. You're not going to have to move anymore. You're safe. You're mine, and you're not going to go anywhere else. This is your home. And we've been together ever since. I made a little picture of her and I walking away that day, and it says, and they lived happily ever after. And she's a gift from God. She challenges me. She's my mirror. Sometimes we get on each other's nerves, but all in all, she's a good horse, and she has made me a better person because I have learned, again, how to interact with situations that maybe I might not have encountered if I didn't have a horse again. She was sent to me by God, and we're going to be together. And she's the reason why I've gotten out of bed a few times when I was grieving, in the beginning of the grief. And she's the reason why I've been able to handle a lot of things, because you have to be ready for whatever happens when you have a horse.